You know, one of the planet's most iconic animals is right on the brink, pushed there by a relentless poaching crisis that's been going on for over a decade. But in this fight for survival, scientists are deploying a weapon that, I promise you, nobody saw coming: nuclear science.
So that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? How can a particle so microscopic shield a 2-ton animal from a multi-billion-dollar criminal network? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but as we're about to see, it is very, very real.
Okay, so to really get how this solution works, you first have to understand just how massive the problem is. And the epicenter? It's South Africa. I mean, we're talking about the country that's home to the vast majority of the world's remaining rhinos. It's basically ground zero in this whole fight.
For years and years, right, the fight has been on the ground. You've got these incredibly brave anti-poaching patrols, but honestly, it's often an overwhelming battle. Because the real driver of all this is a huge, lucrative, illegal market, and it's run by these really sophisticated crime syndicates. So the challenge became, how do you stop just treating the symptoms and actually attack the product itself?
And that is where this breakthrough comes in. Faced with this insane crisis, researchers at the University of the Witwatersrand in South Africa came up with something completely radical. It's called the RhISOTOPE Project. And get this, it takes the fight from the African savanna all the way down to the subatomic level seriously.
At its core, the project uses isotopes, which are really just different versions of an element. The team injects a tiny, stable, and completely harmless amount of a special radioactive isotope right into the horn. Think of it like a tracer. The goal is not to hurt the rhino, not at all. It's to make that horn electronically visible to security systems all over the world. And this is the brilliant part of the design. The radiation levels are so low they pose zero risk to the rhino or the vets. It's completely safe for the animal. For the criminals, however, it's a massive problem. These specific isotopes are designed to be picked up loud and clear by the thousands of radiation scanners that are already active at airports and shipping ports worldwide.
Okay, so how does this clever lab idea actually work in the real world? Well, it basically creates a silent alarm system that stretches across the entire globe.
The process itself is actually pretty simple when you break it down. First, a vet carefully injects the tracer right into the horn's keratin, which, by the way, is the exact same stuff our fingernails are made of. Now, imagine a trafficker tries to sneak that horn through a port. The second it passes a radiation detector, bam, alarms go off. And the real genius move here is that it doesn't require some expensive new security system. It leverages the massive infrastructure that's already out there.
I mean, this is a total game changer. The fight isn't just about trying to catch poachers out in these vast reserves anymore. Now it's about targeting every single link in that criminal supply chain. Every smuggler, every transporter, every corrupt official is suddenly at risk of being exposed.
But of course, a groundbreaking idea like this doesn't just become a global solution overnight. It's not magic. So it's really important to be realistic and look at where the project actually stands today and the real-world challenges it's up against.
This has been a really careful, methodical, science-led process. The research kicked off back in 2021, and right now, in 2024, the project is deep in its pilot field trial phase. The whole goal is to gather all the data needed to prove its effectiveness and its safety so they can roll it out for wider use in the next couple of years. Realistically, this is not a silver bullet. Poaching is still happening, and these criminal networks are incredibly sophisticated and they adapt. But here's the thing. The RhISOTOPE project was never meant to be the only solution. Think of it as adding a powerful, brand new layer of deterrence to the toolbox that rangers, law enforcement, and conservationists already have.
So let's zoom out for a second and focus on the big picture here. Why is this project so significant, beyond just the cool technology? What does it really mean for the future of the fight to save the rhino?
The ultimate aim here is strategic. It's not just about intercepting a few more horns at the border. No, it's about making the horn so risky to handle, so difficult to smuggle, and so easy to trace that the entire black market just sees it as a liability. It's about making the product itself radioactive to the bad guys. Ultimately, what we're looking at here is just a fantastic example of innovative, out-of-the-box thinking. It feels like a real turning point, you know? It shows how we can harness advanced science to create practical, powerful solutions for some of our most urgent conservation challenges. It gives us a new kind of hope, and one that's grounded in science.
And so that leaves us with the critical question. Science has forged this incredible new shield to protect the rhino. But in the ongoing war against criminal greed, is it going to be enough to actually win?